Alright, so I know I look like a mess. I have clothes on my bed. My bed looks like a mess. Everything's a mess. But I'm getting this out for you guys on a Thursday. These are my picks for week 2. This is recorded on a Wednesday, uploaded on a Thursday. That's just how it's going to be for this week because that's just how things are. That's I can't control it. Alright, so getting right into the kicker thing. Into the whatever. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I can't think. But Jets at the Bills. Now, both of these teams suffered a loss in week 1. The Jets looked like a lot better of a team going against a better team compared to the Bills going up against a crappy team. So, all in all, I think that the Jets will pull off a win in this game simply because they look like the better team. That could be wrong though. I mean, yeah. That's the Thursday night game, so hopefully I get this out before the Thursday night game. Either way, that's my pick before Thursday, so. Alright. 1 o'clock on Fox. We got 49ers and the Panthers in Carolina. I talked shit about Chip Kelly, and I kind of lost my pick last week. But I still think that they're going to lose this game because the Panthers are the better team. Just because they are better. The 49ers are all out of sorts. They've always been all out of sorts, and that's just the truth. And wow, the lighting just changed. I'm sorry if it looks bad now, but you know how that goes. What the heck just happened? I lost my stuff. Wait, just a sec. Wait. Oh, now it's gotta load it back up and everything. I think the next game, I can't. It's not loading. It won't load. It's not loading. I'll move on to a different game that I can see. Cowboys and the Redskins. Yeah, Cowboys and Redskins. I would love to see the Cowboys go 0-2, and the Redskins. If we beat Chicago, then we'll be 2-0. The Redskins will be 1-1. That's a good lead for the first 2 weeks. So I'm rooting for the Redskins just this once because I want to see the Dallas Cowboys go 0-2. Just because, I mean, why? Who wouldn't want to see the Cowboys go 0-2? That's just how. And it's not only that, but the Giants are not that great a team. They're not that great of an offensive team, and they lost to them. The Cowboys lost to them. I'm sorry. I'm really out of it. Just, but yeah, Redskins, come on, let's win this game. Bengals and the Steelers. That's a really good NFC or AFC North game. I think that the Steelers are going to win this game for obvious reasons. I mean, come on, Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, they're like the best duo right now. So, with that being said and done, let's go Steelers. Steel Nation, let's do it. Saints going to New York to play the Giants. Now, this game was a really good game last year. I don't remember the exact stats or anything like that, but I think that the Saints will pull off a win just because the Giants' defense isn't that great. Even though they did hold the Cowboys to 19 points on Sunday, but that's the Cowboys. They're not the greatest offensive team either. The Saints are pretty powerful on offense, mainly because they have that amazing quarterback in Drew Brees being the starter, along with all his offensive weapons and whatnot. So I think the Steelers will pull off a close win. That'll most likely be a high-scoring game because both these teams don't have a defense, but they have a pretty decent offense. So that's a game to look forward to. I'm being honest. It's probably a game. If I can watch it, I'll watch it. Dolphins and the Patriots. I would love to see the Dolphins win this game, but in all honesty, I'm going to pick the Patriots because the Patriots have always been the better team in the division. Therefore, why should I stop picking them now? Let's go Patriots, I guess. The Texans and the Chiefs at Houston. I don't like either one of these teams. I'd rather see the Chiefs win, and I'm going to root for the Chiefs. They're most likely the underdog of this game. I'm not too sure, but yeah, let me think. What could I talk about this? Brock Osweiler. He did pretty good in his debut with Houston this weekend, but it was, it's just like Carson Wentz and the Eagles. You don't know what you really have just off of one game. The Texans could end up going 1-15. The Eagles could end up going like 15-1. Who the hell knows? We don't know right now. So who am I to say, that Brock Osweiler is bad or good? I don't like the guy, but doesn't mean he's not bad or good. That's we can't prove it. So I think I'm gonna root for the Chiefs just for the hell of it. They're just, I like that team better than I do the Texans. So let's see who would win that game. We have the Ravens and the Browns, another AFC North showdown. So all four AFC teams are playing each other, which is pretty cool. That's a Ravens win. The Browns lost RG3 for 8 to 10 weeks. If he needs surgery, it'll be more than 10 weeks. But as of right now, he's gonna miss the next 8 games, which really stinks for the Browns. Because he looked pretty good when he played the Eagles, I'll be honest. He made some plays happen, but he got injured, and it sucks to be a Browns fan. I apologize. But yeah, I think the Ravens are going to win that game. Seahawks and the Rams. I think the Seahawks are going to win this game because the Rams got shut out by San Francisco. Do I have to say any more? Yes, I know that the Seattle Seahawks barely beat out the Miami Dolphins, but this is the Rams we're talking about. They just got shut out 28 to nothing against the San Francisco 49ers. That right there is bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Los Angeles fans, but that is the truth. You got shut out by a pretty crappy team who, again, we don't know if they're good or bad, but that's just my opinion. I don't think they're good because one guy can't change the entire team. Whatever. Buccaneers and the Cardinals, because the Cardinals, once again, are the better team. Buccaneers will pull up a fight, and I would love to see the Buccaneers win, but I think Carson Palmer will be the better quarterback, the better leader of this game, sadly. And seriously, if the Buccaneers could win, I would love that. Win, Buccaneers, but I'm voting for the Cardinals. Jacksonville against the Chargers. I'm going with Jacksonville because Jacksonville actually put up a fight against Aaron Rodgers. He's an MVP caliber quarterback there, along with Jordy Nelson, Eddie Lacy, Randall Cobb, Clay Matthews. You have an entire team right there that's actually really good, and they almost beat them. So I don't see the Chargers doing anything good this year. They blew a game again. Just like I said, they don't know how to finish a game. They had the win against the Chiefs, and they blew it. Therefore, I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars will pick up their first win to that game in San Diego. I'm sorry. Excuse me. We got the Falcons and the Raiders. I want the Raiders to win because the Raiders are my favorite team out of the two. And the Falcons just don't look good anymore. I talked about this in the previous pick video. They've declined a lot. And the way they lost to the Buccaneers, they did mount a little bit of a comeback. They almost came back, but they couldn't do it. So I think that the Raiders will come out and be the better team. Colts and the Broncos. Oh, both of these games. This game could go either way. I don't want to see the Colts win, but they can win this game. Broncos, I think they deserve to win this game. I think I'm gonna go with the Broncos because their defense is ferocious. They could kill Andrew Luck, and that's just the truth. So yeah, we got the Packers and the Vikings, and now we're on to some good games. This game could either be Sam Bradford's first start or his second straight game where he's not active. Either way, I think the Packers will come out victorious because the Vikings, they just lost they suffered a huge loss losing Teddy Bridgewater for the entire season. It's a shame that he got to tear his ACL of all things, or just destroy his knee in general. But what can you do? And I honestly, when you lose a guy like that, the guy that leads your team going up against a division rival, prime time on Sunday night. These are the two teams that are battling it out for that, NFC North Championship, for that seed 1, seed 2 spot. And I don't see the Vikings being the one victorious. So I would root for the Vikings, but I don't mind whoever wins this game. And I think the Packers are going to come out and win this game. And the very last game, we got the Eagles traveling to Chicago to play the Chicago Bears. Now, I'll talk about this game. Now, Carson Wentz, he's going to have a fun time, but we don't know what we're going to see from him because he's clearly going to be a different quarterback. It's going to be a different offense. We don't have Zach Ertz because he's injured his ribs. We don't know how long he's going to be out. It's a week-to-week situation with him. So I hope he gets, I hope he he's a quick healer, and he can get back onto the field before the bye week. So when we go to play Pittsburgh next week, basically, because that's a game that we're gonna need our star tight end. Even though Trey Burton, he'll most likely be back that week. We need Zach Ertz to be there. But for this particular week, I predict the Eagles to win. They're the better team, even though they're still not necessarily proven, because they haven't played that kind of team that, is proven to be a good team either. We play the Browns and we beat them, yes, but the Browns are the Browns. They're not that great a team still. They're still developing legitimately everything. They can't keep a quarterback healthy, or they just can't keep a quarterback in general. So when you look at it, the Eagles haven't really proven themselves yet, but that doesn't mean that they're not the better team out of the two. The Chicago Bears, they're not that great of a team. Their defense is terrible. Jay Cutler has his ups and downs, and his downs are terribly, terribly down. When he does bad, he does horribly. When he does good, he does good. That's just how Jay Cutler is, and I think the Eagles defense will get to him a lot. They lost Matt Forte. A lot of their offensive, a lot of their weapons on offense are gone, and it just it's not a good situation in Chicago for John Fox. I predict the Eagles to win this game by a score of, I'm going to say 27-14. Mostly because our defense, yes, our defense is good, but this team does have that potential to be dangerous, and I feel that it's going to be a close battle at the first, quarter and a half. Then the Eagles will break away in the second half for the second quarter, and for the second half of the game, the Eagles will take charge and, win the game. But it's all to be decided. We don't know what we're going to see, because apparently there's going to be a lot of different calls, especially with the playbook and everything, because they don't want to, show off too much of what we can do, especially in one game. So they're going to, they laid off on what they can do, and they're going to do more along with the stuff that we saw week 1 with Carson Wentz. And I feel like this week is the week that we use a lot of Darrell Green-Beckham, a lot more of Darren Sproles and Kenyon Barner, along with a lot more Brett Selleck. And with Zach Ertz out, I feel like Brett Selleck as a tight end is going to have to carry the bulk of that position, which wouldn't be bad, because he's a really good tight end. He can break the tackles, he can break off a long catch and run too. So it'll all be decided. I think the Eagles will win regardless, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Eagles have to offer this week, going up against a pretty tough stage in Chicago. Soldier Field's no joke. It's always a fun time to watch the Eagles play the Bears. It's always been a good rivalry when they play against each other. It's always been a close game, except for 2013 when we blew them out 58-14, or what was it, 54-11, I believe it was. Either way, it's always been a good game, and I think the Eagles will come out on top. And that's basically my picks, guys. So please leave a like if you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your picks for this week are, and subscribe for more content. I make weekly videos every single week. October, you'll see videos from me every single day. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see more than one video every single day, so please subscribe to see those. If you're a DC fanatic like myself, or a comic book fanatic in general, yes, you should subscribe to here. If you're an NFL fan like myself and you just love the sport of football, then subscribe and don't miss my videos regarding football. I have 2 different audiences, and it's kind of weird, and I thank you all for sticking around. This is going to be a lot of fun stuff to happen this fall, and I can't wait to, go on the journey with you guys. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video, which will most likely be the review video of week 1, unless if I decide to do something any DC related type of stuff. So I'll see you guys when I see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your week, guys. See ya.